Welcome back to another partner series. Super excited for today's episode. This is one that I've been waiting for a while just because I've been following Alvys's journey from the beginning. And today I'm joined by Jordan Kidd. And Jordan, I'm going to let you introduce yourself in just a second. But what we're going to learn about today is one of the most innovative TMS platforms that's out there in the market today, one that's consistently building and expanding its service. I think for where the market is right now, we have a lot of these smaller companies that are looking for growth trajectories and looking for ways to manage and operate their business with less resources, right? And we hear a common theme in the market around workflow automation and how do I make sure that I'm being as efficient as I possibly can, but not 30 different screens open on my people. They have to be able to do their job and do it in the most effective way. And that's why I was so excited to bring Alvys on and learn about their business and show the folks watching this right now what they'll get if they partner with Alvys. Jordan, thanks so much for joining me. Maybe start just tell us a little bit about your role there at Alvys and then how you came about joining the company.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having us. My name is Jordan Kidd, Senior Product Manager here at Alvys. And Alvys is definitely a solution that I looked for many years. So my background is I've spent over a decade, almost a decade and a half now in the transportation and logistics industry at a trucking and a brokerage company, built a trucking company from the ground up, from one truck to about 150 trucks and 350 trailers. Had the opportunity to sit in just about every operational seat in a trucking company, except for accounting. Never really had the taste for that much number crunching and bean counting, but all the other operational aspects of a trucking and a brokerage company. And the entire time was in charge of managing the tech stack for that type of operation. And really just was painfully aware of the lack of modern technology for this industry. And, the limitations of the legacy technology providers were just painfully obvious to me. So about 3 years ago, decided to kind of take the jump over to the software provider side of the industry. I'm thrilled with what we're building here at Alvys. We are the modern TMS solution for carriers and brokers, and really just changing the game on, providing a modern infrastructure for TMS from the ground up for full truckload carriers and brokers and hybrid. And, especially excited about what we do for those companies which have both assets and a brokerage, or a brokerage and assets, and providing a seamless operation. So that's a little bit about us, and really pleased to be partnered with Rand McNally MileMaker as well.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, making that comment. So I think it's really important too when we think about businesses that want to implement a new TMS, but they still have a lot of other programs that they still need to manage their day-to-day business, right? So maybe there's financial software, maybe they have specific, in-cab software, but we hear this like common phrase called connectivity. And like, how do I make sure that if I do move to a new TMS platform, that they're able to integrate all my systems together? And what I've found in just working with Alvys is that you have that integration first mindset where it doesn't matter what outside systems that you have. Alvys has put in the work to build these integration paths to each one of those systems. And even if you don't have it, what I really love about what Alvys is doing is that you're not shutting out softwares, right? So if the integration doesn't exist right now, we're going to put it on the roadmap. We're going to do it for you because you don't want to disrupt that company's business. So talk to me a little bit about the connectivity strategy and the integration strategy and how Alvys has been able to bring all these outside systems into your guys' ecosystem.
Absolutely. In today's world, their integration is an absolute requirement for any TMS. No one TMS can do everything end to end in-house, right? You must integrate with ELDs, with mapping providers, with accounting providers, with all sorts of different software solutions for this industry. And so at Alvys, we have well over 100 plus integrations. I haven't even counted recently. It's well over 100 integrations that come out of the box. And these are self-serve integrations, right? So this is not where you put in like a work order and you're going to pay for a bunch of like custom dev time to set up this integration. I'm talking about turnkey, self-serve, enter your credentials, and you're off to the races. So that's one huge differentiator for Alvys, that we work with all of the best in class providers in the industry, and we set it up yourself, and it just works. Speaking about Rand McNally and MileMaker specifically, getting mileage right is very important. If you are having to manually edit miles on all your loads, that won't scale, and we realize that. And we realize also that many times you don't get to decide, as a carrier or broker, you don't get to decide what mileage provider you must use. That's kind of decided by your customer in many cases. And so we want to give you the ultimate flexibility to use the mileage providers that your customers demand you use, all without having to manually edit the miles to, from between providers, right? So that's something that we're excited to support here at Alvys.
Yeah, and that's a tremendous call out. And just to expand on that a little further, I mean, for the folks watching this, if you're thinking about or you're in the process of evaluating a new TMS platform, and one thing that you don't want to have on your mind is, does my new provider support my fuel card? Does it support my accounting software? Does it support my mileage provider? Us as MileMaker, we hear that a lot. We talk to our customers on a day-to-day basis, and they're saying, hey, we're going through this new implementation of our TMS, but they say they don't have an integration with you. What do we do in order to get that set up? What I remember when we got our new API 2.0 set up with you is, I think it was maybe 15 minutes of work, something like that. And I think that people see this integration thing as being this huge dev project, like you mentioned, and I don't have the IT resources for it because I already know that my backlog is months and months and months. And how am I even going to get this injected in there? Because I know it's a priority, but if I go to my IT team right now and say, hey, I need this done, they're going to kick it back and tell me, Q4, right? But being able to understand that with the way that you guys have built this product, that it's a simple entering of an API key. Like, it's less than 5 minutes to get us plugged in, to get your fuel card plugged in, to get your ELD plugged in. And that's why I think a lot of people don't focus on that enough when they go through this TMS evaluations, right? They think about, okay, well, is the workflow appropriate? Are my users going to use it? Am I going to drive ROI out of it? But the dev and the implementation side of it is something that they should really focus on, right? So maybe let's talk a little bit about that, because we have a lot of our customers looking for TMS platforms. They're getting ready to go through that cycle. And I think start to finish is a big important part of it. Like, how soon can I get Alvys plugged in and start recognizing a return on my investment?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was touching on at the start of the call is speed to set up, right? So many TMS providers, you've got a backlog or you're waiting for implementation to set up your system for you. At Alvys, these integrations are, like I said, self-serve. That means you go to the integrations page, you pull up Rand McNally MileMaker, you enter your credentials or your API key, however that integration outlines the connection, and you're up and running, right? Now, in addition to that, we have customization as to where these integrations apply throughout your workflow in the platform, which is another important thing, right? So maybe you have one customer that requires one mileage provider and a different customer that requires a different one. We support that, right? So you can use whichever customer specific mileage provider you should be using. And it's not all one or all another. We provide that granularity at the customer level. We also provide that, for your driver pay, or your carrier mileage calculations, that those settings can be different, right? We realize that's the reality, that between point A and point B, there are many different mileage calculations, and we support all of those.
So it's been awesome to learn about, where Alvys is right now. And I think a lot of the folks watching this, a lot of our customers, and not just current state TMS, the people that they want to choose, they want to know, hey, is this the type of company that's going to grow with me? So without giving away too much, can you share any insight into Alvys's plan over the next 1, 3, 5, or any cool new, features or focuses that are coming up?
Yeah, so there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up, that I won't be sharing here. But just in general, our approach is that, we are building the core workflow from quote to cash for carriers and brokers, right? So yes, we're in a world where there's all this buzz and hype about, vibe coding and build your own and build it in-house and, AI this and AI that. But when you take a step back and look at really what is running trucking and brokerage companies today, you still need a source of truth, right? And it's very unlikely that anyone is able to vibe code that system, right? You may be able to build a plugin or an add-on, or you may be able to tie into our public API and leverage your data that's in Alvys in new and exciting ways. And that is exciting. And I look forward to seeing more and more of that in the years to come. But what Alvys is building is the source of truth. We are the backbone against which your operations are run, right? And that's why we have so many integrations, because we do allow all these different workflows to be implemented against our core data model, which is the source of your the core of your operations. And so that's what we're doubling down on, is just helping you spend less time booking more profitable freight, and having the right data at your fingertips, providing those core workflows, and integrating with all of the other providers that you need for the rest of your workflows. It's really exciting where we're going. We've seen incredible growth, and looking forward to the future.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that's important to notice, that whether you're in a procurement cycle right now, or that it's coming in the next month, year, whatever the case may be, evaluation is free, right? You have to take this part of your business seriously, and you have to evaluate what all is available in the market. For anybody that's thought about upgrading their TMS, or maybe is a little unhappy with their current system right now, we're going to drop links on how to contact the folks at Alvys below. Reach out, right? It costs nothing to go through a demo. It costs nothing to see what the product can do. And I think a lot of people don't even realize, when you go through a full demonstration of a product like Alvys, you'll start to see these things that I think subconsciously that you've experienced. If you're like, man, it's a giant pain in the butt. But you don't know that it could solve that, right? And all of these small parts of your business that get streamlined, they add up. And if you could get back 2 or 3 hours in your day, think about how much more impact that could be to your bottom line. How many more loads you can go out? I mean, customers you can go source. I mean, getting home at 5 o'clock to see your kids, right? It's free to look. It's free to evaluate. I'm going to drop links. Jordan, it's been wonderful talking to you, man. Anything else you'd like to end on?
Yeah, if you're interested, just go to alvys.com, and you can just request a demo right there on the website. Read through, see what we've done for other people, and yeah, reach out.
Huge call out, right? Partners, customers, people that work with these folks on a day-to-day basis, listen to them. Listen to the people that have experienced this, that have gone through this process, that are using Alvys right now and making a real impact in your business. Jordan, we're excited about the partnership. It's been tremendous for us to see where Alvys has come to this point, and excited to see where it's going in the future. Thanks so much for the time today, and looking forward to continuing this. Thanks, man.
Likewise. Thanks, Mark.